Invention of the Sewing Machine by Lucy Williams. All rights reserved by Lucy Williams, 2018. Narrated by Amy Jones and Jason Hill. Chapter 1.
The Sewing Machine. Sewing is older than spinning or weaving. Savages learned at an early time how to sew together pieces of fur. They used a pointed bone or a thorn to make a hole, through which they pushed a coarse thread or a leather thong, making a knot at each hole. It took thousands of years for sewing to get beyond the shoemaker's way of doing it. Women learned, to be sure, how to make different stitches, such as the plain seam and the hem. Fine spun thread took the place of coarse twist and the leather thong. The bone needle, with an eye at one end and a point at the other, gave way to delicate steel needles. Still, sewing continued to be done by hand, stitch after stitch, first one, then another, hour after hour. Even up to the days of our own grandmothers, the family sewing continued to be the burden of the home. Men in England, France, and America worked for years to relieve the home of this drudgery. Machine after machine was invented, but each of these was a failure. Not until 1846 did an inventor succeed in doing for the sewing machine what Watt did for the steam engine, Stephenson for the locomotive, and Fulton for the steamboat. The inventor was Elias Howe, who was born at Spencer, Massachusetts, in 1819. His early training. Howe's father was a farmer who, in addition to his farm, had a grist mill, a sawmill, and a shingle machine. To the farm at Spencer the neighbors brought their wheat and corn to be ground into flour and meal, and their logs to be sawed into lumber or split into shingles. Yet with all his labor the income of the father was small and supplied only a modest living to a family of 8 children. In the pleasant surroundings of this New England farm Elias Howe spent his childhood. Many were the rambles through the nearby woods for squirrels and nuts. The brook running through the farm afforded good swimming and fishing in the summer, and good skating in the winter. When he was old enough the boy did all sorts of simple farm work and helped at odd jobs about the mills and shingle machine. Each winter found him in the district school. Elias thus grew up, a happy, good-natured, play-loving boy. If his chances to obtain an education at the district school were not very good, this lack was made up, at least in part, by the opportunities he had to see and know trees, plants, and animals, and by being able to learn how to do things with his hands and to become acquainted with tools. Becomes a mechanic. The father's first thought was to make Elias a farmer. At 11 years of age the boy was apprenticed, as was the custom of the day, to a neighbor, where he was to live and work until he was 21. Elias was not strong.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?